So when you're rotating back far post, actually go far post and don't cheat up into your teammate's ball. You're not really double committing, but you're getting kind of into that territory.
You're not really double committing, but
2 seconds later.
No, you even forced the double commit after. Why? Why? Okay guys, so today we're gonna look at the most common mistakes that are keeping you from being able to rank up. I've asked for replays from viewers to see if we can find the most common mistakes, but in-game. Because a lot of times when I do my more edited tutorial videos, it's very specific situations that I've caught, but it can be hard to relate those specific situations and tips to your own gameplay. So hopefully by looking at your gameplays on stream, we can see a more organic situation where we can use these tips that I always talk about. So when recording this session, I jotted down everyone's most blaring issues and then I tallied them up to see which mistakes were made most often to come up with this list of most common mistakes preventing you from ranking up in Rocket League. If you haven't stopped by already, this whole video was recorded on stream. I stream 2 to 3 days a week on YouTube and we've been doing a lot more of these replay analysis streams. It's been a great way to hang out with you guys and provide help. So if you're interested in tuning in sometime, make sure you subscribe with that notification bell on to see when I am live. And as always, make sure you smash that like button to let me know you want more content like this. And let's get right into it. I'll be showing you clips from the stream to highlight every major mistake I saw and how you should go about fixing them. Starting with our most common mistake, and that is pushing too far up on the offense. When you're not sure what's happening, this is one of the most common mistakes I've seen. I talked about this in so many videos. Don't push past this midpoint. If you're under champ, you can easily hit champ by every time your teammate is here, just sit where the ball spawns. Wait till you know what's happening with the ball. So like, you don't have to sit here the entire time, but you do have to sit here until you know what's happening with the ball. Right now, you have no idea what's happening, right? There's 1,000 people going for that same ball. You have no idea, is it gonna get hit back towards you? Is it gonna go across the net? You just don't know. So try to stay near the middle, stay patient is gonna be your best friend. Okay, so cool. So I wouldn't have pushed up till about here. I would have still been sitting in the back, right? Because now that Gandhi has hit the ball, we know exactly where it's going. It's going to the right side. So I can go and put pressure on the right side. Ball's going like this, right? So you have to go like this to hit the ball, like all the way around. This mistake opens up a lot of other mistakes, starting with number 2. Yeah, just getting way too close to the play, just like, you know, a lot of the other players here. If you get so close to the play, your angle towards this ball is very sharp, okay, to make a play here. Instead, if you save for the back, you get a wider angle towards the goal. Okay, good speed here, but positionally, you're going from inside to out right now. You want to be on the outside hitting this ball inwards, right? It's way harder to go this way and still shoot to the right because you're going to the left. So positionally, you want to be here going in the same direction that you want to shoot. And now you're too far up for the play. If they clear it here, the further up you are in the play, the longer rotation back you have to stop a counterattack. When you're not the player with the ball, you have control of your team's positioning. If we look at your car, right? You guys are both looking like this. You've committed your team's ability to hit the ball to this small section in the field. Then what about, you know, what happens when they clear it? You know, you've given up all of this. I think if they clear the ball here, you guys are gonna get scored on. And then bang, okay, and boom. Okay, playing too close to the play. Yeah, I get it. You really wanted to dunk it in. It's going in front of the net, but your teammate's there. So if it was a situation where you could have just dunked the ball in, he would have gotten it. Then there's no point in you forcing the double commit, and then you're kind of missing out on opportunity here. I think committing to that is really risky, especially at this point. You've already realized your mistake. Committing to this, you're leaving your teammate in a 2v1 and v2. You got to ask yourself, how much do you really trust your teammates to 2v1 the opponents? Ooh, you have an interesting camera angle. It's pretty far back. Okay, when you flip, it's kind of like in an RPG where you get like stunned. You can't move once you flip. There's a lot of benefits to flipping. You're fast, you go in, you know, you're getting speed without using any boost, but you are also taking the detriment that you're stunned. You can't move when you're flipping. That's how this game is balanced, right? If you flip, you get speed, but you're stunned. Whereas boost, you have to use a resource, but you can get the same speed without committing, right? And that's kind of like the difference. And in this situation, it's kind of the same thing we've seen with a lot of the lower level replays, we don't know what's going to happen with this ball yet. You don't know if he's going to be able to touch it or not, yet you're flipping and committing yourself into the play. And especially with not enough boost, any hit he gets here, you're leaving your teammate alone. So here, yeah, your teammate was good to defend that, but let's just look at what Itsuki did. For this next mistake, we're going to switch our POV over to our opponent Itsuki here instead of the submitter, because we saw this problem often enough that I felt it was important to include. If Itsuki was better at dribbling here, this guy is pushing the ball forward, and if he pushes the ball forward, Keep Vogel is already ready to defend this. Then this actually does nothing. But if he were to cut into the ball and send it middle to Pingo, there's nothing stopping Pingo from dribbling your teammate or shooting on that net. Taking a quick look at another replay to show what Itsuki should have done instead of driving the ball directly into Vogel. Goes for a touch, and boom, exact same situation. The guy that you lost the ball to dribbled it forward and hit your teammate. If that guy was better, his teammate was ready for a pass and was center, then a pass here would have been a complete open net for the teammate to shoot on. Definitely. Okay, right here, I really like that you rotated back far post, but you didn't go to far post. When you're rotating back far post and your teammate is playing the ball, on defense, you want one person on the ball and one person hanging behind in case they lose the 50, right? Just a quick side note, if your teammate has the ball and there are no opponents that are actually challenging him, then you don't need to worry about the 50-50 at all. And you should push up to be available to make a passing play. Okay, so say he gets challenged here, okay? A 50-50 occurs. Rocket League is a numbers game, and you gotta play it as such. 50% chance your teammate wins and pushes the ball forward. Great. The other 50% pushes past him. You want to be the guy in the back so that as a team, this 50-50 is a 100-0 and don't cheat up into your teammate's ball. Or else you're basically forcing a double commit here despite not being that close. You're not really double committing, but you're getting kind of into that territory. No, you even forced the double commit after. Why? I like how I said you didn't force the double commit and then 2 seconds later you did it. We kind of already talked about this one earlier, but I want to show what happens if you cheat up on defense when you're not supposed to. We'll discuss it here. Okay, this next issue I've seen so much. Remember, you always want one person on the ball and one person in the back. But that rule changes when you should push up instead of just hanging out here. It actually all depends on your opponents. Are they going to 50-50 your teammate? If a 50-50 is about to occur, then you need to have the standard defensive positioning where you have one player on the ball and one player playing behind in case the 50-50 goes wrong. But if both players are rotating back, getting boost, completely open to you, they're going to rotate back, grab boost before turning on the ball. That's when you want to push up. Because if you push up at that point, you're giving your teammate a target to pass to, and the opponents at that point will be looking at your teammate, giving you a free shot into their net. Okay, let's look at what's happening here. You grab the boost, you see your teammate turn, then you need to just let him go for it. I understand it sucks that your teammate's ball chasing here, but there's only one of two things that can happen here, right? This is basically, let's treat this like a 50-50. Either your team's gonna lose the 50 and you guys are gonna get scored on, or your teammate will win the 50. Okay, you are covering neither of these options right now, so you need to stay further back. If you go right now, that is a double commit. And when you double commit, these 50-50s become a 50-50 where the red arrow will get you scored on. Okay, right now you're rotating back near post. You're just chasing this ball. Remember when the stream started, someone said, I just started the game. Just got into Rocket League. I'm like, bronze. How do I rank up? One of the easiest things to keep in mind is just, it's so basic. You want to hit the ball towards the opponent's net. If you're not going to hit the ball towards the opponent's net, what are you doing? Like, why are you even going for this ball? You know, you're just blocking your teammate that does have a better angle, and now he has to rotate out because you're ball chasing. I don't care if the ball is 2 inches from your car. If it's not a good touch, don't go for it. You're gonna screw your team over. If you're higher ranked and you're doing a back pass or something, completely different story. I really hope to get through in the video that it's okay to hit the ball towards your own side. I'm not saying that every ball you touch should go this way. I definitely am not, because I've also talked a lot about hitting the ball horizontal is very, very powerful. But what I am saying is that if you are going to hit the ball towards your own side, it's got to be with purpose. If you bounce it off the backboard like this, that's not good. You're setting it up. If you hit the ball on the way back and it bounces like this, it's also not good. You should hit it into your own corners so that it rolls up, you buy time, and then you can bring it back forward, okay? Doing these sort of touches on the way back when, you know, you have no semblance of, I want to do this specific strategy, that's not good. Okay? Committing in corners is not good. When you 50-50 in the corner, let's ask ourselves this. Why is 50-50s in the corner bad? If you 50-50 back here, can the 50-50 score? Yeah. If you 50-50 over here, can the 50-50 score? The answer is yes. If you 50-50 here, it's kind of a stretch whether or not you're going to hit that or not. So 50-50ing in the corner usually doesn't yield a good enough result. And even if you do get it like this for a pass, who's this ball going towards? Is it going towards the goalie or is it going towards your teammate that's usually going to be about here? This is going towards the goalie. So you're not even passing to your teammate, you're passing to the goalie. So what is really the point in doing this? When you dive into their corner, this is forcing you to have the longest rotation back to get back on defense. The next mistake is rotating near post. You had to know it was coming. I've talked about far post rotations in so many videos by now. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out my far post rotations tutorial. There's just too much to be able to cover everything I need to say about it during the stream, but let's roll the clip. Okay, stop ball chasing, dude. This is the same situation that happened 2 seconds ago. Why are you going for this ball? This 50 is happening. You can't stop it now. It's either going to go this way or it's going to go that way. You have no business playing here. You got to get behind your teammate in case he loses this. And you know what? This is going to have a detrimental effect in the future of this game, because now your teammate knows you're a ball chaser. They're going to be like, wait, can I go? Can I go? Am I going to double commit? And they just have no idea. So you also need to start rotating far post. You're rotating near post here. And I think you rotating near post probably has an effect on you as well. When you rotate near post and the ball's 2 inches from your car, you're going to be tempted to touch it, dude. Your diamond brain just can't stop yourself. Go far post. If you go far post, you're all the way over here. You won't get tempted by that juicy ball, you know? Okay? It's hard to know where all the pads are at times. I usually line myself up and then I flip through them. But the moment you're lined up to the pads, you need to get back on ball cam right away. You have no idea what's happening to the play during this whole situation. So let's look. Bam. You're off ball cam now. You need to be on ball cam and see what's happening. Because the moment you see this, you could have grabbed. The moment you see that hit, you could have grabbed these pads and played up here with 36 boost. And you very well could have scored off of this play. But you're so far in the back that you're providing your teammate no backup. I mean, if you grab those pads, like I said, 36 boost, and then you go for this ball next, you're keeping that pressure on. But you're giving the other team complete free possession of the ball right now. Your teammate is rotating and you're putting yourself in a 2v1 situation. So depending on how good these guys are, they definitely could have scored. Let's talk about when we need to use boost. You need to use boost when you're trying to go for the ball and when you're flying. Like if you're trying to beat someone to the ball, you need to use boost. If you're trying to fly for the ball, you need to use boost, obviously. You do not need to use boost when you're purely rotating. Okay. Using a lot of boost to rotate. So you can use a little bit of boost to get supersonic and just drive straight, but you don't need to spend 40 boost to rotate. Yep, and then now y'all double committed. And, you know, I definitely think that was on you. I would have faked here. At this point, you should know that you're losing this to Nano. I would have faked here, went back post, grabbed 2 pads, because you only need 2 pads. So you just got demoed. Your teammate's in the play. Oof, that's rough. You didn't get the 100 boost there. Using boost right away to get that boost, you don't really need to. And honestly, dude, if you're spawning all the way back, right now you got 33 boost. So, you know, you grab 5 pads and you're basically at 100. So I don't think you really needed to waste time to grab that 100 when you could have just saved yourself a lot of time, grab these pads and get into the play. And even if you only grab 3, you're still at 69 boost. Guys, don't 50-50 your teammates. If they're dribbling or doing anything like that, it's like in basketball, okay? If your teammate's dribbling the ball, you're not gonna steal it from him. So don't do it in Rocket League. And the final tip is just to not jump for every ball. Jumping for every potential ball when there's not that high of a chance of actually scoring leads back to our earlier mistakes like leaving your teammate in a 2v1. Try to make a more conscientious decision if it's worth it to actually attack. Here for example, Goldfish is flying towards the ball at an awkward angle, meaning he wouldn't even get much power even if he touches it. And if he did, there's already a player rotated back in the net anyways, making this jump not that worth it. Hopefully out of these 20 mistakes, you're able to find some of your own in there, and maybe this can be helpful for you avoiding them in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.